welcome everyone into the News 4 Forum, the show we don't just watch, we're asking you to join in. We're talking about hot stories, trending topics, viral videos, and the latest in your tech news. So let's go ahead and get started. And starting off this morning with a look at what is trending online. Locally, the most read story on mynews4.com is multiple motorcycle crash leaves 2 dead, 3 injured. According to Sergeant Hernandez, one of the motorcyclists veered left from the center of the road and collided with the second motorcyclist. That's when the third motorcycle, this is number 3 now, collided into the initial crash, ejecting all riders from the motorcycle. Speed or alcohol has not yet been determined as being factors in this crash. More on this story coming up for you today at noon as well. On CNN.com, the most read story this morning is Obama expected to promise student loan relief. According to CNN, the program would cap monthly payments for certain federal student loans at 10% of a borrower's discretionary income. The changes would allow an additional 5 million borrowers to actually start to qualify. On FoxNews.com, the most read story this morning is police reportedly probe white supremacist link to the Las Vegas shootings. According to Fox, the identities of the suspects have not been officially released, but a law enforcement official close to the investigation told the Las Vegas Review-Journal that the suspects were married and in their 20s. Investigators say they found swastika symbols during their search of the couple's apartment. Trending on Twitter this morning is hashtag Tony Awards. Did you watch? Broadway honored its own on Sunday night's Tony Awards in New York City. Quite the show. Former Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston picked up his first Tony for Best Lead Actor in All the Way. Jessica Biel received the Best Lead Actress in a musical for playing the title character in Beautiful, Carole King musical. It's quite the show. Right now on to our Viewer Voice segment where we ask you, the viewer, to chat with us about some of the trending topics of the day. You can find these topics on our Facebook and our Google Plus page at about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we would love to have you live on air with us. All you have to do is have a Google Plus account and circle me, Melissa Carlson, and let me know that you're interested in the day's topic. All right, the first one that we're talking about today, we all know sunscreen is a great protector from the sun, right? But as Maria Mendoza reports, one Texas parent says that her child was not allowed to bring sunscreen to campus and suffered the burning consequences.
It just doesn't make sense.
Parent Christy Riggs is upset. Her 10-year-old daughter went on a school field trip recently and came back sunburned. Riggs says Northeast ISD policy didn't allow her daughter to bring sunscreen to reapply.
But when you have a school field trip or you have field day, which they're out there for extended periods of time, they should be allowed to bring sunscreen and reapply.
Riggs says skin cancer runs in her family. In fact, her father recently passed away from it. But Northeast ISD says sunscreen is considered a medication and needs to have a doctor's note for children to have sunscreen at school.
Typically, sunscreen is a toxic substance, and we simply cannot allow toxic things to be in our schools.
Chancellor says if parents know their child may be outdoors, they should come to school fully covered in sunscreen. At this time, she says sunscreen can't be brought by students to school campuses.
We really have to look out for the safety of all of our students, and we can't allow children to share sunscreen. They could possibly have an allergic reaction. They could ingest it. It's really just a dangerous situation.
When you have several hundred kids on field day being burnt, you have to ask yourself, what do we want for our children? Do we want them to be safe or not?
Marisa Mendoza reporting. Northeast ISD says every year they do review school policies, and they may revisit this policy that deals with sunscreen. But at this time, unless a child has a doctor's note, they are not allowing them to bring sunscreen to school. Asking your Google Plus group, what do you think about all of this? Can you understand what they're saying? Kempton, I'm going to start off first with you. If the school says that it's potentially a toxic chemicals that are in the sunscreen, then don't they have to protect the other kids and have you, just take care of it, parents, when you're at home before the kids go to school?
Yeah, I think that this is ridiculous. I mean, they are stretching it. I think they're stretching the whole thing. Soap in the bathroom is probably toxic too if you eat it. And the thing is, sunscreen is not a tasty thing. The kid is not going to eat it. It's not like cough syrup. It's sweet. It smells good. So yeah, the school is just totally off base here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a bubblegum flavored sunscreen. I don't know. There's stranger things out there. Who knows? Do you think the school's going too far? Or, hey, if it protects one kid, why not?
Hey, I think it's more in regards to being with the rules of the school. Did the parents know about this to begin with? That's where I'm more concerned about. With the whole thing with the with the sunscreen, it's kind of hard when you're the parent. I can understand both sides of it, but if you feel as though that you can't, if the school is not is enforcing too much enforcement of the rules, you just apply the sunscreen like they said before you come to school.
Right? I mean, isn't that the answer then here? Just to take care of it yourself, Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so stupid. Because there are certain, like every 4 hours you need to reapply. So yeah, get rid of glue, get rid of sunscreen, get rid of peanuts. Hope no one's serving peanuts. Get rid of paint. Come on.
It's tough too and if you're the parent with the child who has the allergy, then that's a whole different thing. Then you would want them to be able to block it. That's an interesting one. All right, let's go ahead and move on. It's staying with the whole theme of school here. How far would you go on a first date? I think that's kind of a bit of a forward question. Well, some parents are upset because that is exactly what was asked of their 8th grader. According to Yahoo News, a 14-year-old came forward from home at Park Middle School, this is near San Diego, saying that a teacher in her family life and health class instructed her and all of the classmates to stand up and hold up one of the several signs. Each sign was labeled a different phrase, like you would hug at the first date, you would kiss the first date, you'd go above the waist, below the waist, all the way. The parents said that her daughter felt confused and a bit peer pressure to put something up there. School officials defended the exercise. Hey, they called it a dating lesson. Parents had to sign, but by the way, a permission slip. And they said parents could have looked at the curriculum ahead of time. Don't like it? You could have seen it ahead of time. It was there available for you. The school went on to explain that, quote, the purpose of the lesson was to open the lines of communication between parents and students about dating expectations, end quote. And I'm guessing today that's exactly what has happened. Parents are now talking about it. But it's the way in which it happened that some parents not so happy about. Nate, starting off with you, what do you think about this whole thing? Is it going too far?
I just want to point out a juxtaposition between these two stories. If we can't trust our kids not to eat sunscreen in one, perhaps they're not ready to be public with whether or not they're ready to have sex. Just saying.
A good point. Good point in putting those two together. Kempton, what do you think? Is this going too far, or is it really up again to the parents? Parents, you had the opportunity to look at the curriculum ahead of time. You didn't know what the curriculum was. That's your fault.
I have no problem with the subject being taught or the sensitive, the sex, how to deal with sex or what do you do in dates, but I have total issue with the way they taught it. I doubt that it's in this much of detail. The teaching plan, the school plan saying, oh, you'll be standing under a sign saying, going all the way. That's ridiculous. That's just totally bad way to talk about this subject.
Yeah, talking about putting the information out there. I wouldn't do this as an adult, let alone an 8th grader. Patty, what do we have on Facebook?
Our Facebook viewers agree with the panel. Marie said, I think that's for kids to talk to their parents about, not a classroom full of people and not their teacher. And Trevor said, I think that is a personal thing, and forcing a student to say how far they're willing to go is something many students may not have the answer to or are very uncomfortable with that question.
Yeah, maybe the teacher should try that the next assembly, holding up their sign. What do you think about that? All right. Thanks, everybody. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook and our Google Plus page. All right, coming up next, breakfast is best all day long, right? Yes, it's true. We have a food truck to prove it. That's coming up next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now she makes the run for the food truck outside.
Should we be recording? She gonna try it too? I hope.
I hope. I hope he brings enough for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds like fun. All right. Well, good to see you guys, and especially Patty. Yeah, I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah.
My lunch now.
This will just be my jump in every once in a while gig now, Captain.
Right. Yeah. Too bad. You got a big manager job you have to do.
Sometimes they let me make big decisions, not always.
Yeah, I don't think we've met.
Play golf.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too, Nate. I do see you guys all the time, so I feel like I know you, but I don't get to hop on like I used to.
Yeah, I'll go with your answer, Al. That's a weird question no matter what age you are.
Yeah, eighth grade. I think that's all I can say. Like I never really thought about that in eighth grade at that particular point. My focus was make sure my grades was up to par before my parents would get after me. I mean,
How funny is that? Like in San Diego, it's like, hey, are you ready to have sex with the world? And in Texas, it's like, hey, we can't trust you to not eat freaking like sunscreen. What the heck?
it's weird the way this is right now with these schools. I like one of the reasons why I like the forum so much is because hearing these stories, like for the first time, I'm sitting here just like, what?
Oh, it's just like one continual like.
Yeah, exactly. You should start making facial expressions like that every time Melissa reads. Just like, yeah, exactly. Just be like,
No.
It is crazy what we see in the newsroom for sure.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if we'll see her live shot out in the truck. Do you guys usually see when she's in the food trucks?
No.
Okay. Can you hear what she's saying?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, how funny. I don't have a TV in this office. Otherwise, I'd tell you what's going on.
Word for word?
Sure.
Well, hey everyone, I have to run down the road to buy a baby gate because my child has figured out how to climb everything else we put in front of the stairs. So I'm going to get this baby gate, and I feel like I'm trying to compete with border control in Mexico to build a bigger wall. Maybe I can electrify it next.
Now you've been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Love it.
Well, nice.
Well, good luck with that. Don't put sunscreen on it.
Oh, yeah, here, baby, drink this.
Yep.
Are you ready to go on your first date? Not even 2-year-old baby?
You know what? I may make a video about that with my son. Since he's 3.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
See you later.
Okay.
Nice
Bye.
meeting you, buddy.
Nice meeting you.
See ya, Al.
See ya.
Well, Al, I might jump off too. I hate to leave you alone.
No, actually, I'm about to jump off as well.
Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So nice
Right.
meeting you. Keep
Nice
coming back
meeting
in. And
Okay.
hopefully I'll see you again one of these days.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Good morning to you, Melissa. We do have a lot of sunshine out there. Maybe some clouds popping up this afternoon. Probably no showers or storms. Better chance on Tuesday. We'll talk about it next.
welcome back, everybody. We had a gorgeous weekend. I love these kind of mix of a little bit of clouds. It's windy, and then it cools back down again at nighttime. It's so nice.
It's wonderful. Yeah, I'm liking how dry it is here because it cools off quickly at night. As you mentioned, back on the East Coast, when it's humid, it doesn't cool off very well at night. So I've really enjoyed that these last several days. It's been a beautiful weekend, and now we start off Monday on a pretty decent note. Hey, check out this picture from Yuba County, California. Our own producer here on the forum, the News 4 forum, Amanda Lehman, she headed out there over the weekend and grabbed a picture for us. So this is a beautiful one. She actually sent me a few. We're going to try to feature a few of those. That's our cover photo on our Facebook page right now. If you want to go check it out, like the picture while you're there. Let Amanda know that you appreciate her work. And go check us out at KRNB News 4 on Facebook. So for your headlines for your Monday, some sun and afternoon clouds out there today, very similar to the last several days. Could see an isolated shower or storm in the Sierra. The chances are really pretty much slim to none, but we can't completely take it out of the forecast at this point. So we'll be watching for that later today. Most of us are going to stay dry. We have a better chance for showers on Tuesday, maybe some thunderstorms as well. 85 in Reno now, 81 in Carson City. Can you believe these temperatures for 11 o'clock in the morning? 76 at South Lake Tahoe. We are really warming up out there today. Lots of sunshine, and we'll see a few clouds popping up, especially over the Sierra, maybe even scattered about the rest of the viewing area. For the most part, it is going to be a dry day. We could see an isolated spot shower or two pop up. Otherwise, like I said, Tuesday afternoon, that's the better chance. You can see that here on Futurecast. Things kind of popping up out there. Showers and thunderstorms possible, especially the southern half of the viewing area. Now, with a little bit of a breeze in place and dry conditions, we do have a fire weather watch for Lander, Eureka, and northern Nye counties for your Tuesday. Then on Thursday, it shifts over to western Nevada and the Sierra, another fire weather watch going into place there. So we'll be watching those. Unfortunately, fire season is upon us. Upper 70s for Kings Beach today, 80 for Tahoe City, and 79 for Glenbrook. So it's a very warm day up around the lake. Well into the 90s for western Nevada, sun followed by afternoon clouds. For the most part, that's basically what everyone's going to see. A hot day with sun and afternoon clouds, some of those cumulus clouds popping up. Again, a couple of those clouds could put down a quick shower or thunderstorm, mainly into the Sierra, but for the most part, I think many of us are going to stay dry today. Again, Tuesday's the better chance. 90 for the high instead today, 93 in Spanish Springs. These are some very impressive temperatures for this time of year, well above the averages for this time of year. 90 in Verdi and 89 in Galena. So even the upper elevation towns getting in on the warmth there. Isolated is on the 7-day for Monday and Wednesday. The better chance, though, lies on Tuesday. That's when the afternoon shower and thunderstorm chance is best. Only about 20%. Best chance into the Sierra. Very warm, but starting to cool down as we head to the late week period. Melissa, back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you so much for that. Coming up next, search engine DuckDuckGo is changing the way you browse the web. Find out how, coming up in your tech news. And welcome back. In your tech news, a stock split will make buying a piece of Apple seem a little bit more affordable for the average investor. One share of Apple is going to go for $647 to about $93. People who have already invested in Apple won't lose any cash. They're going to be given additional shares to make up for the difference. The stock split is a way of luring more individual investors to the table. The company's stock doesn't lose any value. The cheaper shares each just represent a smaller piece of the company. Well, due to recent revelations about widespread government surveillance of the internet and with many major web companies tracking users' data, new search engines, I should say, that allow anonymous web browsing are really catching on and getting onto all this. Our PC Mike Wendland shows us how not to be tracked.
Meet DuckDuckGo. It's a search engine that does not track your online habits. It also delivers fewer ads and, I think, faster, more relevant answers than even Google. It's about to get a big boost this fall when Apple includes it with their soon-to-be-released new operating system. Now, DuckDuckGo does not collect, and thus it can't share personal information about its users. To get to it, you just run your searches through DuckDuckGo.com. It doesn't look like a traditional search engine, but instead seems to deliver just what I'm looking for in a way that's refreshingly simple and minimalist. Here's one more private search service that I like a lot. Tor, or short for the Onion Router. It was originally developed with the U.S. Navy in mind for the primary purpose of protecting government communications. Today, it's used every day for a wide variety of purposes by normal people, the military, journalists, law enforcement officers, activists, and many others. It offers anonymous searching through a network of virtual tunnels that allows people and groups to make their searches private and secure from the prying eyes of government spies or spammers. It's a free download.
Well, does this interest you? Would you like more information on everything I just showed you? No problem. Just head over to my PC Mike Tech blog. There's my address on your screen. I've built in direct links to everything you just saw. Till next time, I'm PC Mike Wendland for NBC News.
Thank you, Mike. All right, coming up next, the popular song Turn Down for What has inspired two kittens to bust a move. The cute viral video when we return. Welcome back. Coming up on News 4 at noon, officials are searching for a motive in Sunday's shooting rampage that ended with 5 people killed in Las Vegas. We're going to have the latest from a press briefing that it's just wrapping up with some pretty disturbing details. We're also getting new details about U.S. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's health and the abuse that he reportedly suffered during 5 years in Taliban captivity, and a heartwarming story of brotherly love some 40 miles in the making. That's coming up today on News 4 at noon. And finally, here on the News 4 forum, Turned Down for What by Little John. His favorite song has become quite a popular song amongst a lot of people and amused some feline followers. Check this out. Tulip and Daisy are 2 kittens that are pretty impressive. Yes, check it out. You only wish you had those moves. Yeah, they do their little dance, dancing their heart outs. Love the song. I'm sure it's a laser pointer or something along those lines. Posted at the end of May, this video already has more than 3 million views, and you can find it on our Facebook page if you would like to repost it.
I think I'm going to have to go watch the whole thing now.
Yeah, nice day ahead of us.
That's right, yeah. Just a few clouds popping up in the afternoon. A lot of us are going to stay dry, though. Maybe some isolated showers in parts of the Sierra, but isolated keyword, I think, again, the chances are pretty much slim to none.
All right, have a great day, everybody. We will see you back here on News 4 at noon.